Alright. So your name is, sorry, Ayush. Ayush. So Ayush, let's do it. Aram. You only have to know better. Here, bit for better. Where is it? And I'm in this university. Oh, okay. Alright. Grade 12. Yes. And science. Science. Okay. So over here for IPM, I'm sure you must be aware of what is this IPM. What are you hearing of? What is this IPM? IPM is the test which helps to enter directly in the IIM colleges for undergraduate courses and for MBA. So here, so I just give you a bit of it. Basically, what is happening here is that today is the first session in IPM. And here I will be taking only English sessions. Alright, so the other teachers taking your other subjects as paid subjects. And English I will be taking. And also sharing with my own teacher. Okay, and so half I'll take, half she'll take. We divided the sessions. This is how the process will be. And other than that, so if you have seen, do you have a textbook? So you get this textbook here. So what they've done is so they have all the sessions taken as that you'll be having some kind of grammar concepts, you have vocabulary. So these are the questions which are here in your exam. So you have some sentence completion, para completion, RCs. I'm sure you must be aware of RC passage. Yes. Yeah. So today, so this is all. So what we do is the sessions is we break it into smaller parts for you guys so that it becomes easier for you to write it in an exam. So this is what we do. Okay. And whatever reading comprehension, which we call it in IPM, SAT, they appear for these exams. So they will be like after English, fine. Yeah. Okay. So basically what happens is that we will be telling you the techniques to solve a certain question. Till 12, whatever we used to do, or you do, it's like math and it, okay, find the synonym, find that synonym, okay, find the exact meaning, synonyms like this, or she'll tell you what does the title mean. Because it's something school level. So now since it's college level, since it's the higher level, so it'll tell you that how to identify the answers. Because the passage will be tricky. Okay, and you don't have enough time to sort the GTS questions. So we'll tell you the strategies. So that will be the core of our sessions. You get that how to solve this type of question, how to solve another type. But this is what we are doing. Alright, so it's just while starting the class, can I do what is the exact syllabus and how many books? All these things so you can get information from UD also. Okay, Prashali. Who has joined? Bhuvan. Space 4 minutes for them and start the session. So, yeah, of course. Hi, how are you? Good. You need IPM with me or SAT? IPM. How are things? I didn't get to focus on school the and moreover, CPS or DPS keeps exams every month, I'm sure. They don't give you time to do anything else. They want the result to be best. Keep us busy with themselves. I just finished my book on 27. It was a good 3 day holiday. Yeah. Now it's good. Very good. Because you need the recap, you need the things. Everyone does. UPSC and all, whatever you see, everyone does it. I'm preparing for CA also. We do.
Obviously, I needed to have a back, not just because the percentage you get into Indore is very, and if it's not Indore, I don't find it worth doing it. It's fun. That's what the Kokara of the experience. And I just see us here and take HR of
Good plan. Shantanu, please switch on your camera. Okay, Shantanu, we haven't met before, right?
No, ma'am. Good morning.
All right. All right. So Shantanu will start the class now. Yeah. Okay, so I was just explaining to them because just 2-3 minutes late today. So just join it at 9 o'clock every day. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we were just talking about this IPM exam. So what strategy would be following? So in the classes, you will be seeing that basically, in fact, you have done it. So basically, you'll be focusing on the strategies. You know that how to solve a certain question. That's what I was discussing with him also. Ayush also just now that you know that in till 12th. So whenever you have an unseen passage in your exam, so you have like questions like find the synonym, what is the title of what is the message being conveyed. So these type of questions are asked. So the best part over there is the passage is not very tricky. Right, but in IPM, SAT, and of course higher exams, you'll be finding the passage tricky. So how to sort that out, how to solve the trickiest of questions, the strategies. So that is what we are focusing on. Clear? So what we follow in classes is that we expect you to have a notebook with you. Okay, and if you have one notebook with you, so what happens is that after you finish a certain topic, okay, so there will be a test based on that. So you will always have your strategies over there. Compilation of your strategies, and of course, if you go for your entrance, also you'll be having your strategies at one. So this is the plan. Shantanu, do you have the textbook of UT?
No, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. So we'll sort it out, okay, because we always need the textbook of UT, because we need to see that if you're not missing something, or that will be a source for you always. Okay, so let's start with reading comprehension. Okay, and this is the first topic which we are taking. So, Shantanu, take out your, Ayush, take out your notebook. You have it.
second volume. What is okay?
Just take out the notebook. It's fine. I'll manage.
Thing is, I did practice the whole. Oh, sorry,
so then I'll give you some other point.
Yes, I was about to ask you, I guess. And ma'am, please send you taught us 7. I did swim in my level final current was board example for the CD and paper. Yeah, it helped me to get through the passages in minutes. And first used to take 15 minutes. I used to read each and every line mark, but later on first reading the questions, then scanning and then each question. But it was very helpful. Within 15 minutes, I did.
That's very good. Very good. So you take out your notebook. Okay, Shantanu, so over here, if you can see the screen.
Yes, ma'am, I can.
All right. So you can see the types of questions which are mentioned over here. So these are the different types of questions which you might be having in your exam. All right. So can you read out for me, Shantanu, which are types of questions you can see over here?
Direct questions, indirect questions, contextual, vocabulary-based questions.
All right. So when we talk about direct questions, what do you think? What is direct question? What does it mean? Something which is very visible, right? What she said, it is something which is very direct, and you don't have to overthink on those questions. So you get those types of questions also. Then you have indirect, where you have to identify and find out the meaning. And vocab means, what is vocab? It's okay to be wrong, but it's good to talk. Tell me. Vocab based questions is something contextual and all these things. These are the types of questions that you'll be having. So Shantanu, and just quickly write down in short in your notebook types of questions so that we can sort out the strategies step by step. Direct questions, indirect questions, and contextual vocabulary based questions. Just draw a flow chart kind of a thing. or any ways, whichever you like best. Yeah. So you can see over here that as you said it, direct questions are something where you are getting indirect answers. You don't have to write this. And indirect questions is you have to understand that what the scope of the passage is. Then I'll tell you how to identify the scope of the passage and what is the writer trying to say through the passage. And Shantanu, what is written for in contextual vocabulary?
You will be given the word and asked to give it synonym, antonym, or usage.
What is synonym?
Similar words.
Same. Okay, and antonyms?
Opposite words.
And usage and from that's how you use it. Okay, so now see the strategy. So basically, what you have to do is this is something very general that you have to read the passage. Of course, you have to read the passage. First is eliminating answers. So what we do is that if we have 4 options, we try and follow the elimination philosophy. Okay, try and eliminate. Like you will find easy ones, you will find two answers would be like, two options would be like, if you know it, it cannot be there. It is just not possible. Just eliminate that first. And then you do it in the way you do KBC. The way you play KBC, same way, eliminate. So first process has to be, first job has to be eliminate. Second job has to be, you have to see the first line of every paragraph. So you would notice this when, like for example, the unseen passage, I'm sure in school also, Shantani, how many passages do you get usually? How many paragraphs in an unseen passage?
I'm sorry, I didn't get you.
When you do your school exam, so
Yes.
when you appear for your unseen passages, so how many paragraphs usually do you find?
Ma'am, 3 to 4.
So focus on every line of the paragraph, first line. So the first line actually tells us about the focus of the paragraph. Then it is just a wastage of time. Then you keep reading. I'm not saying don't read, this is not what I mean. So what I meant is that if you have less time, just see the first line, you'll get the idea that what is the passage is all about. Okay, that's the second. And why first line? What's the reason? Shantanu, what's the reason written?
Because writers generally introduce the thought in the first line and then kind of just elaborate on that thought in the remaining lines by building on it.
Got it? So you can just write down the word strategy in your notebook. So when you write strategy, you just write first is focus on first line of every para. Every is important, not just the first para of every paragraph. And second strategy is elimination. Elimination policy. Follow this elimination policy, it will become easier. Got the 2 strategies? Write it in short, Shantanu. First is, what did you write?
Ma'am, I wrote focus on the first line of every para.
Okay, second strategy?
Eliminating the points.
Elimination policy. Anything. So now this is your first question. Over here we have kept it just one paragraph. Okay, and these are the certain options. So you have to identify. Now you're not telling me the answer. Just listen to this, Shantanu and everyone. Once you are done, write your option A, B, C, D, E answer in your notebook. And once all 3 of you are done, then we'll discuss. You can start. Shantanu, done?
Yes, ma'am.
Done? Shantanu, what's your answer?
Ma'am, I'm not sure, but I wrote B.
B for Bombay?
All. Yes.
For Bombay, huh? Just D. All right. So, Shantanu, you are correct. Let's just see over here that why B. Can you read out loud?
Firstly, the right. Firstly,
Firstly, the writer talked about the barley field, which is a symbol of freedom in the wilderness. And then he mentions the sympathetic attitude it can inspire in people. He mentions that we should save all the species by beginning with the symbolic species. From the inference of the passage above, option B closely infers the writer's thoughts. Therefore, option B is the right answer.
Did you get it? Does it make sense to you? So because the question was that what is about the thought, right? If we go back. Closest. That will be in your exam every time. The closest, of course. So closest over here, that is one you talk. What did you talk about? C. Without increased public sympathy for conservation, the needs of many symbolic species will go unmet. Why did you take this? Can you explain? What was your reason?
Ma'am, I didn't read that the answer closest.
No, this will always be closest.
Right. So, since it was about the conservation, the only option which was closest to how they can be conserved seemed C to be. That's why.
Okay. What do you think? C, you wrote D, na?
So, for wilderness can be used in endangered species for a political support also.
Achha. Okay, why I'm going with Shantanu is because he has picked up the first line. You see the first line of the paragraph? As symbols of the freedom of the wilderness, they have the unique capacity to inspire people and sympathetic attitude towards the need of the other threatened species. Right? If I go with the second one, first necessary step. Why? Because if you want to do the second part, you have to do the first part. I mean, just don't get carried forward with the word sympathetic attitude, and then you would see that the C focuses on the public sympathy much more than, right? So you have to bring out the real meaning of it. Yeah? Got some idea? See, the first passages would always be difficult because it's just beginning. Okay, so it's okay. Eventually, you get a grip of it. So let's just go to the second one. Here, what you have to do is, Shantanu, if you can see this is about the interpretation of the tone. Okay, this is not a passage. So in these, you can write down the fourth question. First, you can write down, you made a chart, right? Where you wrote direct question, indirect question.
yes, ma'am.
And you can just add one more. Questions based on interpretation. Interpretation of tone. Okay, so that's a fourth type of question. Okay, so whenever you get a question based on the tone, try and find out the thought of the emotion. As usual, we are following the general strategy that we are going with the first line of the paragraph. That is, first line will tell a lot about writer's thought process. But there is one problem. You know, a lot of times what happens is that when we read the passage, the initial. Okay, whenever we read the passage, the first line, like for example, the first line shows that the person is very neutral. Okay, and lot many times we opt for the option of neutral, the emotion, right? But eventually you will find the interpretation has changed. Maybe the writer has become negative in it. So don't get into only the first line. First line will give you the hint, but you have to read the whole passage to actually understand that has he changed on his stance or has he not? Yeah. So this is the job which you need to find through this tone. Let's just see a question based on that. Yeah, let's just try doing this question, guys. Maybe you get an idea. Zoom in. You guys have your phone? Yes. If you don't know the meaning, okay, of these words, in case, you have an option to search and write in your notebook. Don't just search and forget it. Okay, one more.
But what type of question is this? I'm not.
Tone. We just said it now. If the person is neutral, if the person is critical, so to identify that, what is the writer, what emotion is writer trying to get. Well, do you know the meaning of all the words?
I don't know denouncing, but I know optimistic and
Pessimist.
pessimistic. Optimistic means having a positive approach against that is happening. This is not going to change that level.
Critically,
Half class empty is a pessimist and half class is not.
and denouncing is something bringing it down.
Insulting, so
Dancing. Shantanu, once you're done, tell me, okay? Because I can see them, can't see their answers.
Ma'am, I have finished my work.
You're done. What's your answer, Shantanu?
Ma'am, A.
You and Shana.
yeah.
Preeta, we met Preeta before.
Yeah, they meant that people, but they have joint spares as for the graduates, so they will be coming for classes. That we have spread and not sure, but both of them go together everywhere. So
But Tanvi and Preeta have already enrolled over.
yeah, they have a photo here, they paid as well, but they didn't like it. So,
What did you get from this?
And then it's a combination of two books. That's why matching the entrance is also and eliminating option.
Did you get the two tones? No. What are the two tones?
Started with the negative tone. Just
So did you get the two tones over here, Shantanu? Which are the two tones which are used?
Critical and optimistic.
Yeah. No. What I'm saying is, what do you mean by critical?
critical is the situation where you know, there is not 50-50 chance.
Pointing out the flaws. Okay. And an optimist.
Ma'am, optimistic means a positive mindset.
So did you find these two things in the tone? Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you able to find the flaw over here? Can you tell me the flaw? If you don't understand now, then it becomes difficult. Just spend 2 minutes. Just see over here. Can you find something over here which is you are trying to find a flaw or something? You understand flaws? What? Sure. Tell me where are the flaws?
Okay, here, while we concentrate on remixing songs and replicating, we are slowly stepping away from the path of originality and neutrality. What is this? What tone is this? It's a critical tone. We're trying to criticize that even if we are doing good, but we are not actually doing good.
And even the first time that we are aping the West.
In the West, making monkeys of us. Actually, first line itself is a very sarcastic tone. That you are criticizing your own things. Even though I say I'm progressing, but technically I'm not progressing.
It would have been sarcastic and optimistic. And option A, what should we choose?
I think sarcastic.
Sarcastic.
Okay, that is Shantanu, you got now? Why critical? And Shantanu, where is the optimist aspect? Can you show me the optimist aspect? How did you choose?
Just a minute. Indian art has hit markets overseas and is making us known to the world. Second last line.
Acha. Punjabi these days Indian art has been markets overseas. Word. That's also sense. That makes sense. That you're trying to be, bringing out the aspects. Did you get it? How to find the tone? So that is how. So if you don't know the meaning, it's okay. Okay, because what happens is that initially you would find 8 words over here. Eventually you would find the words finish. You don't have any more words because the maximum that the author can do or the writer can put it over here are these words over here. What she said is sarcasm. Can you think of any word, Shantanu, which they can bring in over here in terms of tone?
Overall of this question.
Like overall.
Sometimes they are emotional or melancholy is
Yeah, but that's more of a feeling.
Yeah, but sometimes it is mentioned in school paragraphs and this.
Yeah.
That time I didn't know the meanings.
School will give you. What else, Shantanu? Think. What is the other word you can think of in terms of tone?
Other word for tone.
Yeah, no. I mean, other tones.
Oh yeah, just a minute.
Neutral you can bring in because there's nothing mentioned over here. Neutral can also be done. You know neutral? What is neutral?
Yes, ma'am.
But like all are blank things. No, there is not any meaning of
Good. No emotions. Okay, can you move? Yeah, you're okay with this? You know what you do, Shantanu and all 3 of you? What you can do is you just write down the tones, the 6 words in your notebook. Okay, eventually I'll ask you to increase. So over there only I'll give you some more words so that we are thorough with our. Just the 6 words, okay, Shantanu? Critical, optimistic, sympathetic, hopeful, denouncing, pessimist, pessimist. That's all. Got it? 6. Good.
what's the meaning of pessimistic?
She'll tell you. Give an example.
Yeah. See, it's harmful. Say it's harmful. That's a positive. That is optimistic. Say the glass is half empty. That is a negative. So each half a person. This is so there is something bad happening and you feel bad for it. You see something or you feel that the people so that we that is.
Got it all? Anything else? Sure? Good. You're asking. Very good. Otherwise, this is very hard to learn. Okay, what about denouncing it? What's denouncing?
It's opposite of advanced.
Shantanu, what is denouncing?
Opposite of announcing?
Opposite of announcing.
No, it's not that.
Hey, beta, how is that a tone?
Uh,
You just now told.
I do.
Yeah, you just now told me the meaning of.
That's a meaning. I didn't say this.
Yeah, just.
Yeah. Think about what
That poet is not announcing something. Announcing.
Shantanu, find out the meaning of denouncing. Quickly.
Announce.
I thought you know the meaning, that's why I just kept it. Quickly find out from your phone, laptop, or whatever you're using. Your research work. Let's see. What happens is that, if I keep giving you answers, you'll not remember.
publicly declared to be wrong or evil.
Bringing someone down completely. Right? That is what Shantanu you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Got it? Like, for example, that guy was very denouncing in his approach. I mean, he was not seeing anything positive in any aspect. He was like, oh, this is not right. Something like that kind of a tone. That's, I won't say that's sarcastic, that's very mean tone. Okay? Got it? Denouncing, what did you idea?
I'm then getting down of
Completely wrong. Completely
wrong. Yes.
Let's bring that consideration wrong. Good. And what is that another word? Critical. What does critical mean?
Critical means that
Finding the मतलब कमियां ढूंढना, flaws ढूंढना. Critical approach. ठीक है? Shantanu, you know the meaning of critical?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है. Write it. Don't forget it later on. Finding the flaws. Negativity flaws for both. What else is there? Sympathetic, you understood?
yes.
Emotional. You write sympathetic के आगे emotional and hopeful you must be knowing that there is a hope in this thing. Something will get better in life. Okay. Let's move on to the next topic. Please guys tell me, okay? It's okay. You have to communicate. Choose the answer. So this is a question based on your contextual vocabulary based question. Remember we discussed that there will be a question based on contextual. Remember? So this is what you need to find out. Come on. Chandru, don't yawn. Have water. Chandru, let us know when you're done, okay?
I'm done.
Okay. Let's just wait for him to connect. All right. So what is this word sharp? What is sharp?
Ma'am, in this context,
Yeah, dear, in this context.
I think it's answer B. B for ball.
You also think so?
B or D.
How is it appreciable? Because if we are talking that it is increasing and it is something that is important to us, how can we see it as appreciable?
The passage mentions the sharp reduction in the fish population due to ever increasing demand. Okay. Now coming back to this. Now read this. Our seemingly appetite for seafood delicacies, okay, like the salmon and all these, contributed to a sharp reduction in ocean fish populations. So first you have to understand, is he talking in the first line, is it saying that it's good or is it bad? What do you think?
But it's just a fact or a statement as a news. It is reducing.
Okay,
But
let's
this is
cut.
still, so since that this is the negative approach. That's why this is not an appreciation.
Even if,
Let's tell you one thing. If you don't do, no, forget about moral. Moral doesn't work in life. I mean, it works in life, not in terms of passages. That's what I mean. So here it's like they're talking about that if in case, let's just, many of us believe in that we should be having vegetarian, we should not be killing people, animals. There are many people who will be having this approach. But if everyone starts thinking that way, let's just consider a situation and everybody starts thinking like this. So do you really think so you can survive?
no.
Not in terms of appetite, but you can't survive because there's a life cycle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, there's a food chain. And if the food chain is disturbed, everything in the ecosystem gets disturbed. So don't take it in the negative sense, even if you're vegetarian. Take it in something what is required in terms of food chain. Okay, so let's just be neutral for initial part.
But if it's a very high reduction, then it's
That's not written. There's no mention of
sharp,
high.
so I.
Okay, let's just wait. This is clear, so this is very neutral.
Yeah.
No vegetarian, no non-vegetarian. Next, Shantanu, read the next line. As many.
As many commercial boats have frequently returned to shore with empty nets, it became clear that supply was starting to run significantly short of an ever-increasing demand. But then came a potential solution in the form of a tried and true method of food production, farming. Today, while traditional oceans fish bearers remain in decline, commercial fish farming is booming and premium fish remain only on menus worldwide. Ingenuity and flexible thinking made a seemingly doomed resource more sustainable.
Thank you. So over here, if you see the last line, first is neutral. Okay, there is nothing about this. Second, they're talking about that, now since it is becoming clear that the supply is reducing, even if I have a demand. If there is a demand, you have to produce it, give me the supply. You're reducing it. Second approach is this. Third is last one. Flexible thinking made a seemingly doomed resource more sustainable. If we would have given a flexible approach to it and we would have stuck to that thing, then technically I'm not getting what I want. And the food chain would be disturbed. Ecosystem would get disturbed, or forget about ecosystem. My requirements are not fulfilled in the society. Okay, so that is why it is something we're appreciating the approach of the farmer. That he, rather than change from a true method of food production, farming. So he has brought a change in terms of commercial fish frying farming that is moving. So you are appreciating the person. The approach is the word sharp in the paragraph where is this word sharp? Shantanu. Shantanu, where is the word sharp?
Third line.
Third line. Okay, so sharp reduction in portion. Do you agree with this, Shantanu, that we should go with option D?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you get it now? Sure. So the tone, hold on for the tone. Just don't bring out the aspects. And whenever you identify the tone, this has to be clear. My approach is somewhere else. Like, for example, I give an example. So when a person designs clothes, you'll be finding a lot of, once I happen to have a word with the designer of pantaloons. Okay, pantaloons, right? Everywhere there are pantaloons. So the designer, I said that, I somehow find that whenever I buy things to my child, I find that you make some blingy stuff. Why do you always make blingy stuff? You can just have subtle colors also for children. You don't have to be loud every time. So they said that it is when we design something, we don't have our things, our taste over there. We go with the market. That the market expects us to, and our sale is increasing on that. So this is what I'm trying to say. Whenever we read a passage, forget about your approach, your moral. So you can think from the writer's point. This is the last kind of question, inference-based question. So over here, again, you have to focus on the writer's emotions. ठीक है, just a name inference, technically it's that only, but you'll get the idea now.
Still participating.
Choose one. Shantanu done?
Yes, ma'am.
And Shantanu doesn't tell, huh? Then-
Sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, according to me, the answer should be A or C or D. Sorry, A or D.
So now you think between A and D. You're not giving,
D.
you say D? What do you?
D for dog.
No, there's no A or D. You don't get marks for that. Choose one. D, Ra, Shantanu?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you getting influenced by him? No. You think so?
Yeah, I think so. It should be because the closest and most direct answer.
No, ma'am. Wait. Ma'am, my answer is A.
Now stick to your words, Shantanu didn't change.
Ma'am, I read it more carefully. That's why I got.
You think A? You
Yes,
think?
ma'am.
You know, just focus on the first line. I'm just giving you the hint. Something which I'm repeating it, but actually it focuses on first line. Write it. Don't think.
So is it C?
I know. You decide first. You give me one answer.
No, I'll go with A only.
D. D. So we have A, D, D. Okay. Let's have her. You read the passage here.
One New York publisher has estimated that 50,000 to 60,000 people in the United States want an anthology that includes the complete works of William Shakespeare. And what accounts for this renewed interest in Shakespeare? Scholars point out that the psychological insights he portrays in both male and female characters are amazing.
Read. Then I'll explain. Resume it.
That's the right option.
That's why I was asking you again and again. Are you getting influenced by him?
No, because if we talk about the direct source of information,
Acha, tell me, A, did anyone write A? Shantanu, you wrote A?
Yes, ma'am.
No, and Shakespeare characters are more interesting than fictional characters today. Where is it mentioned? See, it says that you have a renewed interest into something.
Yes, ma'am.
It doesn't talk about the fictional characters as anything, na? Because it doesn't discuss about fiction. Again, you are doing the same approach, Shantanu. You are doing something which is in your thought process. That's what I told you. That's why I give you an example of designer. Don't go with your own thought process. Go with what is mentioned in the passage.
I know that A is a comparing.
It could have been the comparing here, but if the word fictional would have been mentioned over there. This is something your thought process. You are bringing it on the passage. You don't want your thought process in the passage. You want what's mentioned. Clear? So that's why it's not A. Now, second, Shantanu, people today,
Are interested in Shakespeare's work because of the characters. It
You know
can be
what?
the right choice.
yes, it can be the right choice. The reason being because it was written over there. That
The
why?
last thing.
Yeah. And even from the second line, did you see the second line? That's why I was saying that focus on the first line. Yeah. So see over here, one New York publisher, this, that includes, and what accounts for this renewed interest in Shakespeare? So technically you're asking what accounts? There is a renewed interest,
Yeah.
Shakespeare, plus they're talking about then what she's saying. Inside he portrays in both and male and female. So technically because he portrays the different characters, he doesn't only talk about, because if you read the earlier books, you feel that they're very misogynist. Very misogynist. Okay, in their approach and also. So that is what it gives. You're talking about everyone, but equally identifying different gender roles. Got it? So this is, I know it's like difficult. I do understand that. Okay, but if you just leave this thing now, bringing your own thought process, things will be very simple. That's all. And it'll take a little time, maybe one more session, and see you'll find a change in yourself. Okay, ignore your thought process. So this was clear. What did you write here? D, na?
B or D. Then I
B
cut
to
out
chal
B
you.
and then I wrote D.
The para New Yorkers have a renewed interest. Isn't any direct reference to the people of New York.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And what did you write, Shantanu?
Ma'am, I wrote A.
So you got your thing, na? That why it is not the right answer, and she got a thing and he got it. Right? Okay. Sorted. So we can move on, right? Now you can see this. Yeah, there are different types. This is only another type of question which can come. You can have some water. Have some water. Have some water, Shantanu. It's becoming very too much. Okay. We don't have any water break, huh? That's what I'm saying. Just have water in the glass only.
No, ma'am.
In two classes, we have points also after this. They have given us an hour-long break.
Yeah.
Can we reduce it to half an hour? Because what I'm supposed to do for one. It's not like she can go home and come back.
The test paper.
So we do a test paper.
Test paper, some exercises which I'll give it to you. And half an hour you need it for yourself to be refreshing for
Yeah.
the next class.
I didn't know that we are supposed to revise.
That's what we did in instance. Break from here. Because what happens is you take break from here, na?
Half an hour.
Then it becomes very, for every child it's not convenient to get back to work again. Okay, so this is like all and except types of questions. So here your job should be that you have to find out the odd sentence. Okay, that is not what is provided as an option or is distorted as odd. So you can just write down in your chart itself where you wrote down direct question, indirect question and all that stuff. So you can write down Shantanu added all and except type. All and except type of questions. So this, you basically have to find in bracket, you can write down odd sentence, find odd sentence. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, done.
So this is your. Yeah, this is your sample question, which I'm. Yeah. Shantanu, you guys, all of you, once you're done, please let me know.
Ma'am, I guess so. My answer is A.
Okay, dear.
Ma'am, I'll just come in a minute.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Chili just getting influenced. Not influenced by him.
No. Actually, that D option is mysterious password. That was there in paragraph. Afterward, community members they are talking each other the password, their own languages with their community. That's and for displays this and small displays. That's so I think that the
The last option, option D is mentioned. It's the very first time they have a recognition is like they took their hands to their home again. And the aid their comrades is also mentioned, like when they saw that they would run, they did help. About toxicants, there's only one line to which it also says that they did not react the way he wanted to. So it's like
Shantanu, you know, now we are finding something which is not there. Huh? So make sure in your exam, read the word except. Because not many times we just find out something which is closest. Because that's the main approach which we always find. So except is odd one. Okay? So shall we, Shantanu, you said A? Unmute yourself here. You?
Sorry, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I said yes. A. Ma'am, D was there in the para.
Very first line was said.
Where?
And
Each nest have some sign or password by which they recognize one another.
but not their mysterious password. Password was one for
But it's
not such mysterious, that's why I think that the
it's
option is
for
correct.
each nest. Ants from my nest may not recognize ants from your nest. So it's serious one. The very first line talks about having a password, recognize each other.
Mysterious words can be.
Okay, the last line also says that it is incapable of giving any sign or password. I guess that's why the answer is D.
But then that talks about the option C that they can recognize their members even without a password. They can give a password, but even without it, they can recognize each other.
But my dear, how is it A?
Because when we see in the second sentence, if we start to test this and make some of them insensible,
Let's go with your line. I made some of them insensible. What does this mean?
he intoxicated them. He gave
But
them
did
some
they
kind of drugs or something. Like
Yeah,
that.
so they were not willing to do intoxicants.
Yeah,
So what is written in the A sentence?
they are unwillingly to
So it's
intoxicate.
definitely not B.
Yeah.
Let's go with the elimination case. If you do this passage properly, I can guarantee all of the passages are easy. Okay, because this is a little tricky. I know that. Let's go with the elimination option. First, and take, forget about our answers, what we said. Where is the A? Let's find out A. Can we find A in the passage? All three of you guys.
Ma'am, third line.
None of my ants would voluntarily degrade themselves by getting drunk.
Yeah, ठीक है ना? Would voluntarily degrade. So obviously take unwillingly to intoxicants. Elimination लिखते जाओ. Write down elimination. So we are eliminating A. Do we all agree with this? All three of you?
Yeah.
We
Yes,
eliminate.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Let's go with this. B1. Ants aid comrades in distress. Can you find out?
After a while, however, they carried them all maybe strangers. That time. They were helping.
ठीक है. Can we eliminate B?
Yes.
ठीक है. चलो. Third, C.
Last.
Ants have invariably recognition of their community members. C. Eliminate. चल अब आ जा D. Ants recognize their comrades by a mysterious password. Ants recognize. मतलब एक ant recognize करती है आपको एक mysterious password से. आप ant को recognize नहीं करते.
It's
Where is
recognizing their comrades means ants recognize each other.
हाँ. So where is it written here?
In the first line. First line.
ठीक है. It has been suggested that the ants nest have some sign of password by which recognize one another. ठीक है? ठीक है? I agree with your lines. Now you read the second line, the two. To test this. If I to test this, मैंने कुछ intoxicant किया. ठीक है? This is what it is. I do not consider my test satisfactory.
We
But
can say
this
that
is
three
failure.
are facts and one is not a fact, so.
याद है ना, I do not consider the test satisfactory.
Yeah.
मुझे ऐसा लगा that ये लोग एक दूसरे को पासवर्ड से recognize करते हैं, but मैंने जब वो चीज का टेस्ट किया इंटरप्रेटिंग वैल्यू, तो मुझे ये चीज गलत लग गया क्योंकि मुझे अपना टेस्ट सही नहीं लगा. So got it? Did you get it, Shantanu?
Yes, ma'am.
This is what you have to find out. That is why it is tricky. But you know,
Got it.
I am telling you, keep eliminating options. It will become very easy for you
Yes, ma'am.
to eliminate. Otherwise, you know, it's crazy.
If I would have not done this, I would have never chosen yes.
That happens. Even in vocab-based questions, that happens.
Even in the last paragraph, like the word was estimated, it was not a fact.
Exactly. Got it? So this is how we have to do it. This is done. Now my plan was to do it from the textbook, but you guys don't have it. Do you can do it both? Shantanu, what are we doing? How are we doing? You don't have a textbook? Sure.
Ma'am, I don't have a textbook. Ma'am,
So what-
no one provided me a textbook.
You didn't ask for it?
Ma'am, I didn't know that they are providing a textbook for this course.
And where are you staying? Where do you stay?
Comprehension. Vashi. Behind Vashi. Before Vashi, sorry.
That's not it.
Yeah, it's very far from Kargar.
Yeah, they even sent it to us if we ask them personally. Oh, I have it for maths, they can share it.
Why? Yeah. Never asked.
Yeah, if they have an online PDF, so they can share.
Yes. Ah. It's not online PDF. It's not. It's okay, even if we don't get it today, I have another material with me. We can do that today, tomorrow we can practice.
Okay.
No, the other teacher, right? You know, I don't mind sharing this, but you know, Shantanu, it was very difficult for you guys.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, they don't have a PDF of the textbook.
Actually, the person who has it is not here right now.
Oh,
She's trying to coordinate. I mean, any which ways, even if it is a PDF, it will be the same thing for you to read it. For them, it's book, na? You can't come to the center, na? Can you come to the center and study?
ma'am, I can come to the center after 6th Jan. I'm having my JE second attempt on 6th Jan. So after that, I can come offline for the classes.
Okay, so right now, so you do the PDF, they'll give it to you.
Yeah.
So today, let's.
Someone's at the door. Can I come in 2 minutes?
I didn't get it. Sorry, Shantanu. Someone from the group.
Someone's at the door. I'll come in 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay, you guys can start. So, should I make it short? What should I do? Like this? Divide into passage. Divide into small passages. Somewhere. Rest. So, as nature generally, go down. Somewhere here, deserve the. 4 paragraphs would be easier.
So are we getting the offline books?
Yeah, we'll get it. But
So
tomorrow.
So in the Kharghar center.
Yeah, should say.
So if they can transport that books to the Vashi center also, it would be fine for me. Like I can take it from there also.
Connect with them. Okay, you know the person now. Connect with them
Okay.
and sort it out because I don't know all these things. Okay, I just conveyed the message. Okay. Achha, so for your question is that you have to choose the answer that is closest to each of the questions that are based on the passage. So what you can do is in your notebook itself. So what she has done just now is she has divided this into small paragraphs. Okay. So what you can do is in the first, in your notebook, you can write what is the message being conveyed in the first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph, fourth paragraph. And then it will become easier for you. Or if you want the other way around, there are two options. You read you give a rough reading to the passage, then you give rough reading to all the questions, and then you can do that stuff. So you choose what do you want. Shantanu, especially you, because you're doing online. What do you want? Do you want to read? Give a rough reading first?
Ma'am, I'll read the whole passage first.
Rough reading, na? So the
Is
passage.
this available offline?
Try. Start. I'll try. You also want to read it from here? Then I will share. Shantanu, let me know when you want to scroll down. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. And you can scroll down.
What about you? You already have those in one. I have the books. We have. The boy is online right now. What? Shantanu, you will,
Yes, ma'am.
they will send it today at the Vashi Center, as you said it.
Okay.
Yes, so you can collect it.
Yeah, ma'am, I'll collect it from Vashi.
Yeah, and just coordinate before going to the Vashi Center. That is the okay, this coordination part. You will get it only when you join. Yeah.
I thought they are not completed by 12. I right now start college. So time for time
It's not done to experience. So like now this will start and it's will commerce, science class.
yes.
So 9 to 11, how will you do? That should be yes, right?
From 9 to 11, it's okay, but from 12 to 1 hour.
No,
Yes, other classes would be able to come.
I'm not the right person.
And what are the questions?
Can we switch to the
Yeah.
review so we can just.
Yeah. Yeah. You read the question, Shantanu?
Yes, ma'am.
Or you also have an option, Shantanu. You can click a question from here, take a picture of the question,
No, ma'am, I got the answer.
got the answer. See.
Right, no, it's not.
That's the problem. Or we make it the same way, the way it was, and I can show you the passages.
Fine, otherwise let him do it and then.
Didn't make it the same.
Yeah.
There is only one question.
No, dear, I'm showing you. 1 second. Yeah. Yeah. Shantanu, you saw the second question?
No, ma'am.
The wrong answer now. Taking in advance.
Yes, ma'am, done.
One of the students did. Yeah, question number 3.
Yes.
All of them not give us. Not saying, you are the extent.
What I mean is that don't get influenced by markings, that it might be wrong, it might be correct. I gave the book. But I mean. Shantanu, it's only you who is doing it from the screen, so you have to keep telling me if you want me to stop.
Sorry, ma'am, done.
Yeah, because they are doing from the book.
Done, ma'am. I'm done. Done, ma'am.
Done, na? All 6 questions? Shantanu, you can go have water. They are finishing the answers. Once they are also done, then we'll discuss.
Ma'am, I'm fine.
If you're fine, it's good. Let's just wait for them.
Yes, ma'am.
Shantanu, what did you write first answer? Unmute yourself here.
Sorry, ma'am, I wrote D. D for dog.
Okay. D. Second, I'm just matching all 3 of you first and then I'll do it.
Ma'am, second also D I wrote. D for dog.
Okay, it's different. Third,
Ma'am, can you show the question of third again?
so first one you guys wrote,
D.
that's fine.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am, I wrote second D.
Yeah, second D, let's just read the options because let me understand that why they did not do it. The author states that any appearance of secrecy or straightness will slightly aggressively suspicion. What is secret or is not what is separate. Secrecy is not exactly same as separateness. Suspicious, it indicates an secret relationship. You don't need it. First, so yaar, right? B to how is B possible? I don't see. C is still possible. So take this away. It's the same human. It is not implied by the message. They mean the same. You can see that I can consider, but why is it wrong? Let's just see. Does not mention natural to be suspicious of secrecy. Does it mention anything natural or secrecy? It mentions about secrecy, but it doesn't mention about that it's normal. Okay. So if we eliminate A and B, and uske baad C and D mein de, the statement would instantly be looked upon with suspicion, also confirms the same. Does it do that? It takes an instant for a relationship to deteriorate. Yeah. Does it make sense? Does it make sense to you? Question number 3. What did you write?
B.
Why not C? Let's just see this. Although the concept here resembles barter system, that's what you saw now, between parties without the use of the sentence, ask for more on and potatoes indicate system is not used in the way it should. ना जब हम barter system करते थे, नहीं, कौन equal? Barter system मतलब होता है कि
There had to be transparency, there had to be a double coincidence. What?
Correct.
So
I want that. I go with the word. She said coincidence of wants. It doesn't mention that it is based on your price. Like for example, if she needs, let's say if she needs.
I need A and you have A, I should want A for you.
For that matter, it doesn't matter that my A costs the same as her A. So it is not about money. It is about the B. Because that's right. Question number 4.
Ma'am, I wrote A.
Option A, B, C, not mentioned in the passage.
A. Done, ma'am.
Mentioned anywhere.
ABC is not mentioned directly. First one, the hardships are already a part of it can be informed, but it is not mentioned.
Not mentioned.
One cannot keep complaining is not mentioned. Should expect others to assure of health and advance labels can be input from their participant. Yeah, that is also input, not directly mentioned.
And don't bring your own thought process.
This is from the first paragraph that everyone will have to contribute.
Yeah.
Something or the other.
Chika Shantanu, you got it?
Yes,
Don't
ma'am.
with the meaning. Okay, when you want to really want to, when you have to use your brain, only in terms of tone.
Yes, ma'am, got it.
Don't use your brain. Okay? So to go with the writer's words. You just find out the emotion, then in that case we'll use our brain. The author's belief is that for progress to happen, people with multiple talents, cooperation, deal with those who are secretive, transparency.
Ma'am, B.
What did you write? D or B?
Ma'am, I wrote B. B for ball.
B. You go Bombay. Why B?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, A तो नहीं है ना? No one has written A ना? So A
No.
is eliminated. No one has written C. So C and A are gone. Now let's go with B and D. B will B. Cooperation among team members is essential, and D is transparency among all concerned is mandatory. Now find out what is most available over here.
B is input and D is mentioned.
Thank you. So she said it just now. B is your thought. Matlab, you interpreted it. That's what she said in Portuguese. Interpreted it. D is mentioned.
Yes, ma'am, got it.
Make sense? You know what's happening over here? Because in school, the type of questions which they give, because I've also taught in school. So the type of questions which are being given to students is like that you have to bring out you have to use your thought process.
Each one is an open-ended question.
But in terms of the SAT and the IPM and all these exams, they want what is mentioned over there. Don't give you your thought process. That's the difference. That is why it is becoming difficult. But the school doesn't give like that. Sixth question. Shantanu?
Ma'am, I wrote, ma'am, I don't know about this, but I wrote C.
E का है. Where is E? D.
C.
C for cat.
Yes, ma'am.
A. Chal. B, the no one wrote. Forget about B. D, no one wrote. So let's just talk between A and C. C is the passage cannot be related to an ideal world of talented people. In the island, different people were working together based on their skill. Hence, option C can be eliminated. Shantanu, just check in your passage once. You don't have the passage, right?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Actually, you have a picture of it. You already wrote A, na?
Yes, ma'am, got it.
Easy. What is one learning which you got out of passage?
Like we have to say the poet's thoughts.
Use your brain only when you ask mostly. Don't. That's a very brainy question. Synonyms, brainy questions. You know why? What happens is that the exam is divided, the parts are divided in such a way that you consider every child. Okay, when the exam papers are made, so you also have to consider the child who doesn't receive the same kind of education which you others. Because everybody is not from the same background, everybody is not from the same. So when the paper is being set, it's set in such a way. Like you would always find the board papers are much easier than the in-board papers. Yes. Why? Because in boards, there are paper all exactly. I also have to look out of the student who doesn't receive proceedings. So that's how I make the paper. But here, when I'm taking your pre-board, I know the kind of student I'm getting. It's the difference. So you have to see that please. Okay. Shantanu, take a picture of this dear.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Done. This page.
No, ma'am, wait. Yes, ma'am.
Wait, now I'll show you the questions. Let me see them first. Very neatly. What's that way remembering all this stuff? This one you didn't understand. Yeah. It's a big grade. First grade. Sorry. One something. All the passages so far which have been tested. Like now, I mean the passages which have already been tested, like 10 years paper, doesn't come from the roots based on that. Take Shantanu, first question. Let me know when to scroll down.
Ma'am, done.
See question number 8.
Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
You do it quickly when
Yes, ma'am. Done, 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 ma'am. Ma'am, the options.
One second. This one you did not just now?
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am. Done. Done.
After science. So that's good. So your first question here.
So the British question of com.
This one. Yes. What's your answer for this, Shantanu?
My answer is, ma'am, D.
No questions. That's what we have. Grades are different. That is because students should examine that.
Of this at that place. That
Shantanu, she thinks it's A.
Yes, ma'am.
She thinks it's A. Yeah.
Oh, the answer is A.
No. It is E because, you know why? Because she examines how science, look at the second paragraph, third line, how science has been misinterpreted, misused to ask the wrong questions, challenging.
Oh, yeah.
Conclusive finding, no brain differences can be found that are solely gender related. No decisive category defining difference between the brains of men. So it cannot be done. We go with D. Okay, Shantanu?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
brain is not directly linked to gender. मतलब आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि men का brain है कि women का brain है. The way we do it in the Indian society. Okay? It is like a person's brain. Yes, that is what they say. Second one,
Ma'am, B.
Shantanu, for me, it's difficult to understand your B and D. Tell me the word
Ball.
ball. Okay, no discussion required. Question number 3. One of the dangers.
A.
You said? B from Bombay. Yes. Bombay. Okay. So let's just discuss A and B. C and D we are ignoring because no one said it.
In the narrower context, it should be B, but in the wider context, it should be A because in one sentence and then it talks about grades. The first sentence is talking about the choices of the career, and in the second it talks about grades. So the one in the wider context it should be A, but directly it's the just like that's the point.
You said A.
no B.
You said
I said B, but I think A should be good.
Chandra, what did you say?
I said A.
A.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, let's just look at A and B because there are two answers. The research of a British professor of focusing on. Sorry. One of the dangers in adopting a binary view of the human brain is that it can promote the notion of feminine and masculine traits, determine as well as limit academic choices.
Yes, ma'am.
This is why I can find you know the promote the notion of feminine and masculine traits.
And their voice would be emotion as seen. But it's a separate sentence. Direct marks.
You know, what I think, what you're thinking, I agree with you, but the problem is that since here, what are we trying to identify? We are not trying to identify about the academic choice. Academic choice is one thing. So we are basically identifying that, like for example, we say that cooking is the trait of a girl. It's a trait. That's what they say. However, if you find that the male chefs are much better than the female chefs, they're much better. And the reason being, and I would not say that in terms of the traits, but you would also find, and you would equally find that the females are also equally good, like in terms of corporate world. In terms of CEOs and all the way women runs it, with looking after all the aspects and everything. So the men may not be able to run it. So it's not based on the masculine. Exactly. Promote the notion of masculine and feminine traits. Okay, they make sense to you? Yeah. You already said the Shantanu A?
Yes, ma'am.
Question number 10. Sorry, question is 10. 4. The writer of
A.
okay, let's just talk between A and B because we have two answers. new insights provided by scientific research for better understanding of. And what did you say?
Frustrated debate in future.
Yeah, human progress की बात ना. How where did you find human progress? This is right. If you would have said that debate issue the gender differences, I would have agreed. It does. But to achieve the human progress, though, where is the human progress aspect?
Debate is a distraction, so it's good people.
Right? So, next. Next. What did you write, synonym?
Ma'am, I wrote D. D for dog.
Chalo, last one, Shantanu.
Ma'am, I wrote cat. T.
Actually, feed, so
I
I got restricted
Restricted is not.
option C.
What did you, can you just tell me your answer, please?
I wrote C. C. Restricted.
Yes.
ठीक है.
Ma'am, for this I wrote dog.
Wow. How did we do this? I did not show you the passage also. I'm wondering this.
No, ma'am, not this one.
Missed out the passage. Something wrong, na?
No, ma'am, not this one.
What are you saying? The passage is not there. How are you doing it?
Ma'am, the previous one I was saying.
For the restricted one. That's
Let's do this. Okay. Question number 26. Let me just look forward. I doubt it is there. Next question is. Okay, so this is another type of question which we haven't done so far. This is about, it has a sentence missing, which is indicated by a blank. Okay, you have to fill the sentence and you get the choice over here. And here you have to use your brain. Okay, use your brain. Then what do you think which is the most appropriate one? Clear? And I don't think so we have this in the textbook. Because this is from another text. Like, so you can do it from there. A small, yeah. I'll do that. Okay, I'm just removing that because you know what you have to do the mistake.
Ma'am, I think so. The answer is A.
Shantanu will wait for them, okay? Don't say the answer.
Oh, sorry.
A.
I'm not discussing because all of you are correct. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. You see the question, Shant,
Yes, ma'am. 26th question, right? Yes, ma'am.
passage, and then I'll show the options there. Otherwise, I have to reduce it. Does it make sense for you like this? Makes sense. That's- Shantanu, take a picture and whatever you wrote today, the notes, send it to me on this screen chat quickly.
Ma'am, you will not understand my handwriting, but still I'll
That's
send it.
okay. I don't need to understand handwriting, I just need to see. Sorry for cross checking.
Ma'am, where should I send? Like, WhatsApp?
No, here,
I should share.
yeah. Chat, chat, huh? Messages. Zoom messages, just put it on Zoom messages. I just want to see you for a bit. So I can see for them.
Acha, okay. Okay, then I have to first click from mobile, then transfer it to laptop. Ma'am, after this question or now?
After discussion.
Okay.
Once you are done with the answer, just tell me, send it. Okay, shall I scroll? Shall I show the option? Okay.
Sir, they all are writing the options also for the answers in the notebook.
Better if you do that.
Cause I wrote till that only. What are if and all expect questions, sentences, and all that.
It's okay. For today, it's okay. For the extent from next class, make sure you do it.
Okay, ma'am.
Shantanu, answer.
Ma'am, I think it's C.
P comes here.
C, C. Okay, it's not the C.
What's the answer?
You have written it's A. Wait,
A.
let me read it.
How A? Let's just look at this. Passage talks about the realities. You read it.
The passage talks about the realities of the old age and how to cope with the limitations it brings out. The statement before the blanks end with the need to adopt a positive attitude towards life. And the statements after the blank talks about peaceful of mind. We are looking at a bridge to connect both these sides or something to substantiate with some channels of positive attitude. Option D talks about accepting old age, which is more of a negative connotation.
Uh,
Option C,
Much better. Thank you. Option D, no one agrees with this one. You guys are clear with option D, na? That's a very negative connotation which they have given. Option C talks about the difficulties as well. So
uh,
hence A and D can be eliminated. Do you agree with this one?
yes,
Chat.
ma'am.
Okay, let's talk about option B. It has nothing to do with a positive attitude.
Yes, ma'am. So
Let's
yes,
see.
the answer is A.
You look forward to old age and that brings in its wake deteriorating health, this, increased dependence and all. It is imperative to prepare, accept old age in spite of the restrictions and improves one's mobility. Equally important is the need to adopt a positive attitude towards life.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, as the spice of life and guaranteed, owing to advances medical, we now expect to live well beyond 90 years. That is nowhere given. And physical disability and this may make mobility difficult. What do you think? See, I thought of this. But why? What is that one thing it's telling you guys? What did you write?
Sometimes mobility is a difficult.
What did you write? C or
C.
C. Shantanu, what did you write?
Ma'am, I also wrote C, na?
C, na?
Yes.
Okay, let's just discuss the C only, na? Then why we discuss another things? Okay? Physical debility and stiffening body, joint, creaking and protest may make mobility difficult. Something one should take. अब यहाँ पर दिखाते हैं. Okay, the first part, what does it talk about? Deteriorating health. Okay? One has to accept old age, all these and prepare yourself and accept and all that. Okay? Equally important is the need to adopt a positive attitude towards life. Okay? Uske baad, what does peace of mind? So they're talking about the peace of mind. So basically, what they're trying to say is that even though old age comprises of these things, okay, but what is that one thing which you needed? So you need something positive. You
We have to move on.
we have to move forward. So when I need something positive, so do you think so D anywhere fits you? No. Okay. Now B, do you, because this is not positive, going to advances in medical science, we can all expect. Okay. Now the question comes in A and C. You tell me where is the positivity is? What were they expecting in the blank? There is something positive comes in. Above all, peace of mind is the efficacious balm and which promotes and brings.
Yeah. Bring cheer.
Okay. So that is the logic. So whenever there is a question like fill in the blanks. So that's what I said now, use your brain. I usually said it to you, use your brain. Because in such filling the blanks, vocab and emotions. You can't work without brains. Last question. Tired? I was too much for class. Use your brain. Shantanu?
Ma'am, 2 minutes. Ma'am, is the answer ball B?
You said B?
Yes.
Okay, we have three answers, A, B, C. The Arab Spring is widely believed to have stemmed from dissatisfaction with the rule of local governments, though some have speculated that wide gap in income lag may have had a hand as well. So they are basically talking about the Arabs taking charge, and the reason of their taking charge is because we are not happy with the local government. And it's also about the income level. We don't have enough income, we are not government. So they have given the reason. Issues such as political corruption, while violations, unemployment indicated, but dissatisfied may have been responsible as well. Okay. What did you say?
Ma'am, I said B. Ball.
It's okay. Let's just see. Nothing will be wrong and right. Let's just see this. Option B, though we don't need to talk now because nobody wrote it. Okay. Option A. Option A attributes Arab Spring to the youth unrest alone, which is incorrect. Hence, option A is incorrect. Does make sense to you? Why? Because option A says that youth is the main reason for the Arab Spring.
Youth is not alone.
यहाँ पे देखना, it is not the youth, it's also the local government, it is also about the income level. अब किसी का rise हुआ है तो सिर्फ इनकी वजह से नहीं हुआ है और reasons की वजह से, इसलिए A is not there. ठीक है? Now let's go with the B. Options B and C. Option B provides a fourth dimension to the three viewpoints, but put forth the passage. The tone is consistent with the passage as well. Hence, the right answer is what they're saying is B and C both are correct. D तो है ही नहीं. A का हमें समझ में आ गया. That A one option cannot be there. A and D तो is easy elimination. अब बात करें B and C में. Some also cite that 2009 to 2010 Iranian election protests as one of the main reasons behind this. The Arab Spring is due to the wide gap between the haves and have-nots.
C because it looked like a concluding statement because the blank was created. Whereas B could have been
अच्छा एक बार इसमें टोन बता दो. Just tell me
of the passage or
of the passage.
it is informative. Right?
अच्छा इसमें देखो लग रहा है कि it is widely believed to have stemmed from the dissatisfaction. ये तो ठीक है first वाला. And they are also saying that there is a wide gap in the income level. ठीक है, this is there. Issues such as political corruption have dissatisfied youth may have been responsible as well. As well. So over here they say, if we go with the code, but if we go with your thing, that is wide gap between haves and have-nots. There is nothing called have-nots. There is just a thing about haves. That is the reason. I was not fully convinced. I'll be very honest. I was not fully convinced with B. But to be very honest, why I'm going with B is because A and D is not possible. And out of B and C, C doesn't have have-nots. C has only haves. So I'm saying it's B. So there will be such situations where you are not fully satisfied with the answer, but you have to go with the answer because it's. Okay, so that is the reason. Shantanu, you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll do this 2-3 questions tomorrow, and make sure, Shantanu, you have the book with you.
Yeah, ma'am, I'll try to bring it today, ma'am, because I have my exams from on 6th. So
Try it. And Bashi's nearby, na? You can collect it.
yeah, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
If you have it now, because it becomes easier, because I have to do all the passages and it become very difficult for me to teach you,
Oh, okay, ma'am. I'll bring it today then.
because they will also not be able to do it otherwise.
Yes.
And yeah, okay. Anything you feel that there is you have not understood today? Did you understand the strategies, how to focus on the first line, elimination policy? You understood the different types of questions. You don't have to use your brain until unless it's vocab based question. It's a tone based question, and
The context based,
Context.
all an extent.
yes, all and except based questions. Then only you have to do. Otherwise, what is given in the passage, that is what we are. Right? Make sense? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, and I'll tell them, give you one book or something. Okay, after you take a break, you can revise stuff from there. Please. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank you,
Shantu.
ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Yeah, but join at 8:57 tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Bye,
Thank
ma'am. Thank you.
I think they have to close the recording and. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. And try, even if you don't get the book now today, if you search it online papers and IPM papers or something, try doing those papers and give me doubts. Okay, it's last 5 to 10 minutes. It's not all that. Thank you. See you.